next to me. Where you are, oh, I dream just to be where you are, in a world I can see. Where you are, though you are meant to be. Wish you're here next to me. Where you are. Dream just to be where you are, in a world I can see. Where you are, though you are meant to be. Wish you're here next to me. Where you are, oh, I dream just to be where you are, in a world I can see. Where you are, though you are
Good afternoon and welcome back to this week's broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble in Valorant. We're broadcasting live from the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. Tonight we're going to continue our Esports Tower Summer Invitational. Last week had some very exciting games in round 1. Tonight we kick off round 2 with the Scorpions facing off against the Vipers. I'm your host, Greg Oldsoul, and joining me to call all the action is Hayden. Welcome back to the desk, Hayden. How's it feel to be back on the desk?
Yeah, it feels good. It's been quite a while for me, so it kind of just to get up here and to see some awesome Valorant games, I'm excited.
Yeah, I think that's a very similar stance that our players are holding now that, this is a game that they actually got to play on stage, which, not a lot of players get to play. Being at an Invitational is a little bit different. How do you feel about being, at an actual event versus playing from the comforts of your home?
Yeah, I think it changes a lot of that dynamic. There's a lot more, hype behind it. Sometimes, you're obviously competing, but you sit down at your chair at your home and you're just like, okay, I'm just playing an extra big game of Valorant. But when you're up on stage and everything like that, it kind of gets that energy going, It
really does. And these are the teams that were invited that showed up, have a great time. Barracudas, Vipers, Scorpions, and Lynxes. We'll be seeing some of this competition tonight. This Summer Invitational, featuring these 4 teams, made the best players in Esports Tower, and a little bit of the scramble on the teams too. Some of these haven't always been performing under these names, but these have been custom tailored to create good matches, and we've seen some real good matches so far. These best players in ET. These round-robin games are just going to be best of 1, and to keep it fair for each round, they're going to all be played on the same match. Tonight is Bind, but that's not all that the players need to know. They've got to keep in their pocket the Doc's keys to the game. In Valorant for tonight, that is flank efficiently, spend and peek wisely, count cards, and call abilities, and click those heads. Doc's keys to the game are presented to you by Esports Tower. Score pro advice at esportstower.com to improve your game sense, your team play, improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. Let's get right up into the matchup then. I'm excited to see it happen. We had some fantastic games last week. Right now we've got the Scorpions going up hard against the Vipers in Bind. Kicking off Summer Invitational Round 2.
Yeah, no, this is going to be an exciting set of games. We've seen both the Scorpions and the Vipers are just 2 fantastic teams here, and just going toe-to-toe, it's like only one of them can get ahead. There has to be a winner here, but they're both just these amazing teams. It's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top.
Yeah, for sure. No, we've been very comfortable with these names for a while now, seeing them come back week after week and performing on different teams and now all coming together. It's very exciting. Pulling out the picks, Bind is such a classic map, so it really finds a lot of value in all of the old players as well as these new ones, which are kind of made to be found everywhere. So Bind doesn't have a guaranteed set list. In fact, I'm kind of liking what I see here. What are you really picking up on?
The one thing that is a little surprising for me is I believe the Vipers are taking an Omen, and Omen, he's not bad on. Omen's never bad, I think, but
I agree.
I feel like this map really suits Viper or Brimstone a lot more. And then maybe Astra. Everyone kind of forgets about Astra after those nerfs.
Yeah,
but
it happens. I don't know. I just got really excited when the Omen buff came back out. I am a Sense Beta player, and Omen just warms my heart.
Oh, yeah.
Just all the big reels where Omen plays. But another bold move is they don't put Raze out there either.
Yeah, no Raze here.
Which I feel like is a necessity. I feel like every time I see Bind, I want to see a mirror up of Raze. It's just nice to have.
Yeah, I think one thing is they do have that breach to kind of substitute that pushing power that Raze gives on this map.
That's true.
With the Neon to follow it up with that fast speed. They flash in or Aftershock or something like that, and then Neon can just run through.
And I like talking about the synergy with the Neon because we've been seeing the Neon paired up with the Brim quite a bit to try to get that speed boost to the max, because a lot of these Neon players like pushing it all the way to the front, really biting at the chomp and just plowing straight through, really spearheading the operation. So interesting, the pairing it with the Breach instead to try to get more of a Raze effect to it all.
Definitely. It takes a little bit more teamwork, but I think could be more efficient in the long run.
Right.
Because you don't have to follow up on your own util. You have that Neon coming in. Like Raze, she has to throw in the boom bot and then go in herself usually, or her grenade or blast packs. And so it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah. Getting right into it now. I want to focus tonight's game a little bit on pressure. I want to make sure, it's kind of the spotlight that I'll be looking out for at least, seeing how teams can respect that, because I feel like it's something that really made or broke games last week.
Yeah, both these teams have a very in-your-face composition here.
Yeah.
So I think whoever can utilize that a little more effectively is going to come out on top. I do like the KO, though, to pair with the Breach. That is a lot of flashbangs and a lot of information gathering.
Yeah, and it's good to have all that visual denial because if we're counting smokes right here, our controllers are limited to pretty much just the Omen on one side and the Brim on the other.
Yeah, it looks like a full A push here. They kind of showed up B place, or got them to place those defensive smokes and are just like, oh, let's just go A.
Yep, a good utility bait and then a good switch. Now, if they can play quick enough, they don't have to worry about these last two defenders moving in, but it looks like they weren't able to put out the fires quick enough.
The defender is doing a good job of holding here in this uneven situation.
Yeah, which is important. Really recognizing the win con instead of trying to go out for the kills. Ooh, that's a rough one. Can you play off that? Looks like the TP went straight out. Oh, good reply. Wow.
One, and Kinetic gets the double from the flank. It looks like no one was expecting them there.
Yeah, a flank so good, accidental collateral kicks in. That's satisfying. All right, a clean first round for the Vipers, who I think really, respected the pressure that they had coming in up front and knew that they were going to lose the numbers game if they tried to go out in a fire, and knew that they had the time advantage. Just kind of let the utility all stay up, waited for the backup to come in, and it really did come in, as we saw from Kinetic's point of view.
Yeah, you can tell, like, when teams have that kind of coordination, it's like, okay, we kind of defend, and then we just back up. We wait for the team. We don't go run in 1v5 and try and make the hero play.
Yeah.
And like, you wouldn't think that's like a common occurrence in team play, but sometimes it can be.
It definitely can be.
And yeah, as someone who's guilty of that a little bit, you know, it's just it's sometimes satisfying to get that, but
I can hear you.
The reward is not worth the risk.
Right, which is really where like momentum and like comes into team play.
Oh, the raise with the shorty, unfortunately, was a little too far out.
Yeah. Happens, and that's why you try to push quickly, and they did a good job getting in there, but they're kind of walled in here. Yeah. We've got a nice flank coming around.
They got the shorty
making
here.
Their moves.
Ooh. Brings down one. And unfortunately, not much you can do there. I mean, getting one on the eco or the pistol round.
Yeah, it's a different pace. It's a different energy. Like, sometimes it feels like those first two are a different game or almost don't count.
Yeah. Once you get to the round 3, that's kind of when the real game starts.
And, like, 4 and 5, I like to think of it as phase 2. Like, round 4 and 5 are full guns. You worry about the econ in a different way. You can't snowball them together as easily. And then, like, phase 3 is when you're at overtime threat. Because you have, like, this technical overtime at 11-11 where you already have to win by 2 anyways. And then there's the threatening double digits where you kind of feel that last chance kind of pull as you're getting close to that technical overtime.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
I would say they're, you know, just crawling out of phase 1 here as we get the Vipers looking to bonus out with these Spectres. But that means they are fighting a downhill battle, and the Scorpions look like they're pacing them out pretty well here. They've got a great opening on long here, and the smoke just went down. Hopefully the Vipers can realize that in time, but they're really being swamped.
Gets like the Phantom, though.
Yeah.
For a bonus round, any damage they can do right here is a plus in their book.
It's true. No, they're doing excellent, and to be able to steal a Phantom, that's the real bonus.
Oh, unfortunately walks into that.
Oh, a beautifully timed.
Gets one, almost gets the spray transfer. Unfortunately, kind of just outlined them with it.
Yeah, it's always rough to go in for the kill and end up with a haircut. Ooh, another one.
Reskin goes down. Valiant effort, though. They brought down 2 of them on the bonus, which can't be understated.
No, but we already have an ult on the board. I have seen, I feel like, maybe this could be me being picky, but not enough ult usage. Just in previous games. Not tonight, obviously. Here. But in the last week or two, sometimes they're kind of held out for a little bit too long, and that could be me being greedy. I love action on the screen. But I think that, you know, every kill you get, every ult orb you get is wasted if you can't send it towards an ult. Not saying it's, you know, use them on
reaction.
On cooldown, yeah.
But, yeah, because, if you have an ult charged for, like, 10 rounds and you never use it, it's like...
That's a rough one. Especially when, you know, ults can be synergized pretty excellently sometimes, but waiting for that to happen is real difficult. Yeah,
sometimes you just gotta send it. It's always a tough call, though. You know, like we're talking about, it's like you don't want to just send it, but you don't want to hold on to it either.
It's one of the big timing things. Speaking of big timing things, the Vipers are hanging out waiting for the Scorpions. The Scorpions are doing the same. Jaguar does take one onto Shadow. So we're looking at a 3-3 now. It's a good waiting game. They're starting to make space.
Yeah, good patience on the side of the Scorpions here, just kind of delaying.
Oh,
unfortunately, they may have delayed too much. Oh, the Molly lineup, though. Looks like it was just off. They were able to still defuse, and Prestige picks up a 3K there.
Excellently done.
Yeah, I think that was a good play on the Scorpions. They were giving a lot of ground, but they were delaying as well. So they just unfortunately weren't able to make or add some pressure to that afterwards.
Yeah, you have to pay attention to whose clock is it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's really another part of the timing of Valorant in total is the nice ebb and flow of you might start out as an attacker for the first half, but you switch to a defender as soon as the plant goes down.
Exactly. And so it's just like learning when you want to play aggressive.
Seen another good A push here. Speaking of talking aggressive, it looks like they've split out a little bit into a small fan, I'd call it.
Looks like a big team fight on A coming here.
Yeah, a good chamber watching this.
I believe Neon ult just got popped. See if any kills come out with that. Neon extremely aggressive. The double just pushes into showers, running straight through.
Walking all the way around. Might even catch a second or third here.
Unfortunately,
with a good blind and down by the headhunter.
They even got some damage on the chamber though.
Yeah, impressive.
While they were blind.
That's a rough one though. You can be doing your best, but it's not quite enough if they're quick.
Yeah, Neon just is one of those agents where it's like they just put that pressure on you because they got that speed and mobility.
Yeah, but two people on him just took down pretty quickly. This cheeky move with the chamber, I like on bind. I almost wonder if it was intentional by the devs that they left just enough space to teleport from A to B as a kind of homage to the teleportation quirk of this map.
Yeah, exactly. That teleport kind of makes chamber a staple on here just because of that mobility.
So they used some of it to check out B. Looks like it was a fake little transfer, so they moved back to A, and it's just too much time spent, and the Scorpions go down. Jaguar taking the final kill onto T Spicy.
Yeah, I believe that was a save round on the side of the Scorpions, though, so losing that one, they did burn a couple ults, so it wasn't the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, but not too upsetting. All right. Yeah, now those ults are piling up, and there's almost something to be said about synergizing ultimates with pacing. If the ultimates all come in waves, then you can start expecting it from the other team. But if they're constantly being paced out, you have no time to breathe.
Yeah. So it's interesting what we'll see here. They do have both the initiator ults. Very good for just pushing onto site. So, yeah, they popped the KO ult right now. Looks like just taking an aggressive A push here, getting them to back up. Oh, the Hunter's Fury coming out. Gets Arctic, but Arctic did get plant down, so it wasn't all for naught.
We almost saw a little flank and flank guard skirmish down close towards the spawn as we had a really aggressive defense with that in B, but it didn't work out. Killed taken onto B Spicy, getting rid of that one, and Tracker replying onto Rezkin. Now we're looking at a smooth 4v3 with the plant already down.
Oh no.
Tracker just shot in the gut before going down.
What a good, I believe it's Aftershock?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's what that was, yeah.
Right there just concusses them. That's just good team coordination. There was most likely a call out that they were in that corner.
Good to see. Good to have. Defenders taking another point. The Vipers are doing well so far. The Scorpions are going to have to make some kind of change to bring it up to an even half. Do you think you could pinpoint one change that you'd like to make about the Scorpion move here?
Oh, that's really tough because I think the Vipers are really good at giving ground when they need to and going for those retakes. So I'd almost want to say they need to either kind of split up and look for good picks, or they need to be even more aggressive and get those defenders before they can even retreat.
Right. It's the same thing with like peeking corner. If you pick two at the same time, or you pace it out just right where the timing's good, you might get a kill either way. But if you send them in one at a time, just around the corner to check the same angle, it's not right. So you think just more aggressive or more, you know, methodical, more meticulous,
or more spread out, because like a lot of their plays are very much a 5-man stack, which can work, but the Vipers are showing how well they are at these retakes, which
Yep.
makes that really difficult when all 5 of your agents are all on the site.
Yep. I'd like to see a decent B hit. Sometimes they'll fake B out. Sometimes they'll like leave A to fake a walk to B and then move back. Or sometimes they'll even like pull some utility off B. But I don't feel like they've had a strong hit to it.
Yeah. Looks like they are committing to another 5-man A push.
Love it.
Oh,
the back, they do
okay,
get
Arctic
into the
does
plant.
go down again. Poor Arctic, both times dying while planting the spike.
It's a rough one. He's making the good, doing the good fight though. And here, it's like they can get in and get the plant, but maybe it's not a plant that I don't want to say they deserve, but it's not a secure plant. They're just barely getting it in, and it feels like we've made progress, but it's just diffused too quickly. It's about owning the space, and while you own that space, making a difference. But planting behind enemy lines and dying every time, that just means it's an easy defuse. So I like the attackers looking this time out here. Hopefully, we have a coach stepping in to say the same thing. I think we've talked pretty well about what we would change, as well as what they might be going over. Do you have anything else you would say?
Oh, man. I think that's a tough one because they're doing a lot of stuff right. I just think they're trying to go a little too fast on, like you mentioned with getting that plant down. As like this, I think the speed's good, but I think they need to focus on fragging out people before they can back up and just play retake.
Yeah, yeah. Or they're looking to retake the retake. They're looking to, as if they had some kind of lineups like in the pocket. But if they maybe pushed on a little bit further forward, if they really like held ground on that space, really was sturdy up and secure.
And that round was a little that round was Viper favor because they were saving. But so them getting the plant down wasn't the worst thing in the world.
No, definitely not. Gets
Oh
the
wow,
extra 300
very
credits.
aggressive
Goodness.
here. Kinetic and Prestige just wiping the floor.
Man, that's rough. And it's the one time I told the Scorpions to go B.
Yeah, very unfortunate there. They just and I think that was a smart play on the Vipers. They're like, we've never done this before.
Yeah.
No one's gonna expect it, and they just kind of push out. And they have the team comp to do it. The Neon and the Breach together.
Kills with the Operator now. I like that. It's good to get an Operator out on the table, obviously. I always feel bad giving Chamber the Operator. I feel like, use your own Operator. You've got one in your pocket.
You've got one at home.
But if there's someone that has a lot of practice on it, it's the person who, kind of wields their own. Now, it's an aggressive hold. Prestige here is going to get a lot of action as he peeks around this corner. A good response time, though. Going to keep checking that corner. Good response from utility as well. And back utility as he just lets him have that space, tries to move back a little bit.
Yeah, gets him to burn a bit of pressure here. And then kind of just backs up. He knows that if he stays there too long, they'll kind of trap him in there and burn him out.
That is true, and he definitely is going to appreciate the backup that's already there.
Kinetic actually going down. Looks like they went a little too aggressive there. Very far in enemy lines. All the way in a market.
Just lost ult potential. It's a 2v1 there. Not too bad of a trick.
Burning the Breach ult. Oh, Prestige gets Arctic, but only after Arctic got a few good hits traded back. Oh, and Tracker showing right up at the right time. Gets Prestige. Looks like the problem is Spike's down in the middle of the open. Ooh, Reskin just tap shooting here. Ooh, actually did hit them with that.
A little bit. Saw that flash, was able to get out of there, but that gives Shadow a good retreat. Now Reskin's checking the wrong box. Maybe he'll get an entire turnaround between U-Haul. Looks like the pacing's not quite right, but that's not the win con.
Oh.
He's just trying.
Yeah, the Operator shot just threaded the needle there.
Excellently done.
Yeah.
All right.
It's kind of it's really interesting here because I feel like I mentioned, I think Scorpions are doing a good job of like getting these sites and stuff, and it's just coming down to little things.
Yeah, which, I mean, and little things could just be comfortability. Man, those are some good kills. With attack versus defense, and we talk a lot about like how an even half isn't always a fair half. And there's a chance that the Scorpions are so comfortable on defense, more comfortable than the Vipers even are, that this could turn right around. And, it's not over till it's over. We see lots of big turnarounds, especially whoever deals with morale, you know, a good little break could make a big difference. Wow, look at this push. It is a big push, 5-man stack right up onto B site, which we've not seen. They're taking a lot of space, but are they secure?
Arctic with the triple.
Yeah, Arctic really came through there.
Prestige manages to pick one up.
He does, but he'll have to pick them all up. This is a rough, like, finishing ace clutch here. If he can do it. They do take out 2, but now they know where he's got. They've got him cornered, and he's not exactly max health.
We've seen Prestige do some pretty amazing things, though, so it's not out of the cards.
Ooh, he's in wallbang territory, too, though. Giving his flash up, lets away his position, but he got, almost a free one for it, but still blinded.
Spicy managing to pick that up while blinded.
Sure did.
And that'll be another round for the Scorpions. They did do the B hit here. I think, yeah, they just haven't done had enough pressure on B that the Vipers, I think, are getting a little too comfortable. Like, they're like, yeah, we're going to
rotate too quick.
Yeah. So I think if with splitting up your team comp a little bit would throw the Vipers off because they like to rotate early, and the Scorpions bringing 5 people every time makes that a very worthwhile investment for the Vipers to just rotate everyone at once.
I agree. That's a good way to say it. All right, we've got a close hold. Oh, that just TP'd back, holding back on B. It looks like they're considering a rotate as soon as they see someone here. It's going to be kinetic. Can they make the face fast enough? No.
So close. Just peeked at the wrong time.
Defense takes him out and decides to retreat because there's already people on B.
Arctic on site, unfortunately gets blinded.
Yeah, and for that loses the spike. The win con changes now.
He actually getting a double, though.
Excellently done. Yeah, Kinetic finding their triple with the op this time.
Just down to E. They know the general vicinity of where they are.
But it's such a rough game for him.
Oh, and Prestige luckily had their back there, but the smoke got pulled out at the wrong time.
Just getting caught with the util is a rough one. That was, you know, an interesting smoke too, because you don't need to kill him. You just need to not let him get to the spike. And with a clock that low, he can't even check the whole site beforehand. As long as you back off and don't make eye contact, they had that round in the pocket. So he was kind of risking it there, that Omen.
I think that round could have went entirely different if it wasn't for that single flash on Arctic.
That first blind, you're right.
They went around the corner right as they got blinded.
It's crazy how much it can all come down to. Scorpions looking for another strong B push. They seem very confident in this one.
Yeah, just waiting here.
Guilds with a clean one onto E. Not the last man standing this round.
Okay, Arctic going in quick with the Aftershock and the Judge.
Yeah, well done. Actually has to scare Reskin off of the smoke there. It ends up being almost an attacking smoke, and it looks like the attacking side knows that. Scorpions just push right in after it.
One thing to note here is both smoke operators are down.
That's
there will be no more smokes this round. The Breach ult coming out as Kinetic pushes in and just, that concuss. A lot of trays going out. It's just back and forth right at the end, but Vipers did have the numbers advantage here.
They're quick and sudden rounds.
Yes, it's very explosive. I think with the double initiators, like, it's just bound to happen like that.
Yeah, it's definitely a play style that lends itself to extreme energy. Well, that's not everything a team needs, but Vitamin Shop has everything a gamer could need. Scan the QR code here to check out their latest products.
Yeah. As we're going into this next half, what are you hoping to see from the Scorpions on offense this time? Or on defense,
Scorpions on defense. Well, it's hard to imagine explosive energy from a defensive side that isn't just quite literally what we're seeing from the Vipers. You know, a quick rotation, being there to take on a 5-man stack like a bull charging at you every time. So I'd like to see them kind of just change it up a little bit, change the pace, be really steady, just be able to watch the same angle all night without hesitation, just the jiggle peaks, and let it come to you.
Yeah, be spicy with the headhunter here. Arctic picking up another one. Arctic is doing such a good job of just taking these aggressive pushes and then coming out on top.
They have.
Looks like the plant will go down. I think a smart play by the rest of the Scorpions kind of backing up, letting V Spicy getting the headshot onto Kinetic, shutting them down. They know that, Chamber actually teleported out right into the waiting arms of Arctic. Gonna buy a little bit of time, and E picks up the kill onto Prestige there. And just like that, it looks like we're going to have a little bit more of a game here.
Yeah, I thought for sure. And I mean, especially because that's the pistol round. So it looks like putting that money into the Headhunter and having Arctic was, you know, paid off for people. But if the Scorpions can bonus this the correct way, they could be looking easily at a 4-11, maybe even a 5-10. Just, you know, just a few rounds away, it feels like, from bringing this back to a fair game, or at least an even game. I mean, just watching this, you'd think that Bind was a defense-heavy map by a long shot, but
you know, sometimes it is that way for teams, though.
yeah,
it's like,
it can be.
You're just looking to get that really good one half of like defense or offense, and it's like, okay, can we get like 3 rounds on offense?
Yes, yeah, and if the team knows that, maybe they've been cool the whole time. Maybe they've been feeling chilly, just lucky to get that 2 rounds in.
Yeah, Arctic picking up another with a judge, and Tracker with a judge. Double judge holding the site.
I love that. Oh no! Baited too hard on the 50-50 and went down for it. B-Spicy taking Jaguar. That's a rough one. Not many people are going to follow in hard after, so it's a quick rotate to the other side. But look, the spike has gone the wrong way, so maybe this timing will be right. It looks like they're hesitating leaving. We could leave Breach here still.
Oh, yeah, Prestige actually did pick up that judge, and he's just chilling in there. That is a very scary proposition.
Yeah.
Breach in a close quarters area with a judge. Oh, does the double take there. He looked at him, turned around, he's like, wait a second.
It does go home with it. That's another one for the Scorpions. So now they're looking with a strong bonus, just going to try to keep these Spectres and make as much damage as they can, while the Vipers are, you know, at least slated to walk away with a win here.
In your opinion, would you stick with this bonus, or would you try and upgrade to those Vandals right now?
I would. I don't know. I think the credits are better in the long game. I would try to keep those Spectres and just leave it as it is.
Yeah, it's a little scary at 10-4 to do that, but
make that call, yeah.
I think you probably do need to take that risk.
You're kind of playing chicken with the scoreboard, and it's uncomfortable to say, no, we got to play it long game when you might, you know, lose 2 more rounds and there is no long game, you know? So I see what you're saying there, but I think I would still try to play mathematically, play procedurally, and it won't go you wrong, you know? Just like playing blackjack out here. If they perform the same way they practice, then the outcome they find
Shadow
in
with
practice
an early pick.
Yeah, and a very important one too. The win con changes as the spike goes down, and now all this utility on A matters just a little bit less. But it looks like the TP has gone across, and Omen ran with it to really lock in all that
looks like
investment.
Clyde's is up in heaven here. I don't know if anyone knows that. Spike going down behind triple box. Oh, what a great paint shells there by Arctic. They know where the last, and they get it. They get the bonus round here. Get the rifles and get the defuse.
That's fantastic. That's the biggest bonus right there.
Yeah.
Like walking guns into another round is the definition of bonus, and they did fantastic here.
Yeah, this is what the Scorpions needed here.
Yes, this is their big turnaround, so.
Looks like, well, the Vipers have enough to buy. I see a judge coming out. A Bucky, actually.
Ooh, that's fun. I remember Bucky meta.
Bucky meta. Baratel was very sad to see those Bucky nerfs.
Yeah, it's a rough one. I just feel like more alt-fire guns are more exciting. You know, like I feel like the classic, that's why it'll never go away. That's why, for me, it's never good to buy a frenzy.
They've tried to get rid of the classic with that right click, and they just can't.
No, it's too good. All right, one person
okay,
walking
Neon
slow
right into sight.
Just pours right in.
W mouse 1.
Oh, yes. And I love the energy. Looks like they're going to keep pushing in, giving a little bit of space to Prestige to take one. And they're already in for the plant. They wiped the scene, which only took one person. Got the rest to back off. The teleport comes through, and they're on their way. 4 people left watching this site, and they're stacked hard. So
two ultimates on the side of the Vipers with the Razel as well. A lot of people are clumped up. Oh, it does come out. See if we can get some value. We get Jaguar taken down by... Oh, actually from, I think...
Paint shells?
That was from the ultimate.
Oh, right.
Yeah, from showers. That's what I was thinking of. Unfortunately, it looks like the Vipers just played that really aggressive and just were like, you know what, let's just 50-50 this, run in, see if we can get some picks with these Spectres. And, you know, sometimes that just works out.
No, they did excellent with that one.
It's not necessarily like the play you would expect, you know? It's like, okay, they're going to play methodical and clear the corners. It's like, no, we're just running in.
But they have the bank to do that. You know, their mistake bank is high. They, out of, 11 to 5, they can make a lot of mistakes here, and they can risk rounds to get rounds fast. Playing, like, cheeky off angles whole rounds.
We got an Odin coming out here.
Ooh.
For the Sova. Oh, it looks like E also has one. V Spicy picking up Kinetic, saying you will not run right into our site again this time.
With the tour de force.
Yeah, kind of, dropping the Odin already. They're like, you know what, maybe this isn't the best idea.
Wow, that was quick. Well, Sova Odin's got to happen once or,
Yeah, it looks like E's ready to spray down that hallway. Oh, turns around it. Oh, Tracker picks up 2, though. Oh, that's not something you want to walk into. That was a stemmed Odin Brimstone.
That's rough.
Okay, we got Tour de Force out here. And the Brimstone with the Odin. It's going to be a tough retake.
Yeah, you kind of lost all your short ground and long ground there.
The only saving grace here is Omen does have those smokes to kind of clear, like, block off some angles.
He has an ult, too. If he doesn't want to take this game, he can jump behind the other two. He'll be in wallbang territory, but he could play
Spicy missed the first shot, just barely, though.
Yeah, but
doesn't matter. He's like, I have an Odin. There's a box. I don't care.
Oh, yeah. You don't worry about missing just barely. You can miss entirely with the Odin and still get a kill.
You put enough bullets down range, it all works out.
And they sure did.
Tracker there, just holding that close angle. He's like, they're going to push in like they've been showing they have, and it paid off wonderfully.
He does.
That's a good spot.
In worst case scenario, with that many guns around, he can always just flip to another one. It's not like he wants the Odin for next round.
That's not ready.
Yeah, looks like...
wow. Yeah, it looks like a strong push on B side, but they're being careful with it. They know they've gotten hurt before.
Scorpions bringing out more judges. They've been working out for them, so... Oh... Did it see?
I saw one of them, but... Oh, and that's why I don't like that. It saw one of them, but the person it saw was the one that didn't put out the utility. So now they know both people were there.
Yeah, once you throw that out, it's like...
you've given up that you're there, too. I think the paint shells... The Rays would have been a lot better off just standing there, waiting for them to come in, letting them like lose on the 50-50. He all set up for a good one there, not going to follow through, has to play through the light, and gets BM'd by Prestige. That's a rough one.
Oh,
one Scorpion left on the board, and he's not in a great position. It is unfortunate. He's got to push through so much mud to get just to the spike, much less putting it down. Do you save here?
I believe they have money in the bank. I think at this point, the best thing you can do is try and get some exit frags. If you can save your rifle and armor, even better, but...
My thing is the kind of 3 things. You don't have rounds to spare, so if there's any chance that you be the hero of the billboard and take the round, you've got to go for it. 2, your econ is kind of the team's econ, and whether you bonus in a gun or not, if the other 4 players are dead, it's already decided whether you have a save round or a buy round ahead of you.
Yeah.
So you may as well try to get in there and just get an extra kill, get an extra econ for some utility's sake. So I would go guns a-blazing if I'm looking at a 1v5 this far into the match.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the rest of their econ is here, but at the very least they have full armor and a Vandal, so see if they can put in some work with that. It looks like all they're going to have is the chamber on the side of the Vipers here to contend with, and then it looks like a full B push.
Yeah, I almost really like the stack here from Scorpions, but they're playing a little bit too aggressive on the A. I'm worried one of them's going to get shot in the back here. Oh, they let him get away, and it's a full
Kinetic.
Sure did. Now it's a 4v4, and it's just messy. Look at these across the board. E turns around and catches his flank. That's a good one. Now A is
back
clean.
And forth coming out. Arctic picking up a second one.
It is not looking good for them. If they teleport through, they'll be right in the hands of the other A players.
Oh, and they go through. They heard the... Yeah, Tracker is just waiting right here for people to come through. E's got the other angle covered, so...
Oh, no, the double take gets him. Prestige does find Tracker. E's able to reply, though.
Oh,
so it's
Omen
a 1v2.
ult coming out.
Oh, we love the Omen ult.
Oh, they committed it. They did pick up
and
Arctic.
They were able to protect. It was 1 on B and 1 on A, so that Omen ult only really gave him the element of surprise, but it looks like that's all he needs. Now he's only got a couple of seconds to really line up. Speaking of lineups, there goes the Molly. Looks like he might be ready to catch him in the hallway here, or he could be waiting for a little bit of audio cue.
Okay, good
E is
pre-fire
just-
coming out.
Yep, I love the pre-fire from E. I will be honest, the crosshair scares me a little bit, but it's okay.
Oh,
Is that a self-orbital strike for the defuse?
oh. You know, that was almost big brain.
That was almost huge brain, but the Vipers walk away with it, the winners.
Lived on 5 HP on that. I'm like, is he just going to die to it? But no, he knew how much damage that would take, and he just tried to use it as cover. And he almost actually did get the
Yeah,
defuse
that's
off that.
interesting. You know, going it alone can only get you so far. Ultimately, if you want to increase your chances of success, you've got to level up your teaming skills, which saw in that last play. Esports Tower Vipers walked away with it, very well talented, and Esports Tower really takes the time to create these good teams of well-matched teammates. I'd like to give a little shout out to Coach Halter, and if those who are watching haven't checked out esports clubs, you should. It's a fast track to rank up. So the Vipers now remain undefeated and take down the Scorpions. Up next, we're going to see the Barracudas and the Lynx face off in our final game of the night. Stay tuned. We'll be back after a little break.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Growing up in Riggins, we have certain rules we live by. Look both ways before crossing the street. Fishing stories get better the more you tell them. Small town life makes your life anything but small. Never work alone when you go hunting. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by. Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Good evening and welcome back to this week's broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble in Valorant. We are kicking it with the Tower Summer Invitational Round 2. The Vipers are handling business well in Game 1 of the night. Can the Barracudas take care of the Lynx to remain tied with the Vipers along in the standings? I'm your host, Greg Oldsoul, and joining me to call all the action is Hayden, back on the desk. How have you been liking it so far?
Oh, it's been great. Seeing both these teams, like, adapt to each other's play styles. Like, we saw a lot of that. It was a little bit of an uphill battle, but it was good to see.
It was, and I'd love to see a little bit closer game. We'd like to take a moment to congratulate all the Esports Club Tower players who have been graduating from the clubs and have been offered scholarships across the country. Over the last 3 months, Esports Tower Club members have received over $1.6 million in scholarship awards. These students have not only worked hard in their in-game play, but worked hard academically and have earned these scholarship opportunities. We cannot be more excited and proud to see all the opportunities these players are getting. Look at all that.
Yeah, that's a lot of money, and just for video games.
I
you
know, it's so great. Every time I just want to be like, I back in my day, I wish I had these out. Anyways, that's not everything the kids need to do a great time. Doc's keys to the game are here for you and presented by Esports Tower tonight. Just as a little reminder, Doc's keys to the game of Valorant are to flank efficiently, spend and peek wisely, count cards and call abilities, and click those heads. Represented today by Esports Tower. Score pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. Here are the players tonight. We got all their pictures and profiles. They are looking so great up on stage. Nick, Milky's, some Good Milk, Zushi, and Ellie playing for the Barracudas, as well as Hidden, Fengzi, Mini, Delete, and Atlas playing for the Lynx.
Yeah, it's fine. It's nice to finally get some faces to some of these players that we've seen for so long. So it really like gets you a little more invested in this, you know.
It does, yeah. And if you ever see them now at the Albertsons, you can aggressively ask them to sign something obscure. You know, make some local heroes. All right, let's get right into the composition here. Bind. I always love playing these back-to-back same maps because every composition plays it differently, and every team might play the same composition differently. Just seeing it here, we've got a Skye out. I love the Skye. I love seeing Killjoy out here. I feel like that gets a lot of good opportunity, especially when you can push people off of a site so easily when you're able to like teleport right out.
I felt like that's something interesting that we didn't see. Was there was the double chambers, which are sentinels, but it's like you used to see a lot of Cypher on here, and even Killjoy, and we didn't see any of that last round. So to see that Killjoy come out is going to be interesting.
Yeah, definitely much better Sentinel representation here. And I mean, it has to be there. This is like the fracture of the olden days. And I'm sorry if that's a hot take, but I feel like it's pretty obvious. I mean, just look at the map. It looks like a maze. So there's no mid. There's a lot of like wraparound feeling with these teleporters. Flank is big. You've got to have a flank guard. And Killjoy just does that excellently with her turret and all her other alarm bots and such.
Yeah. I mean, maybe I'm old-fashioned, but I love seeing Cypher on B site here.
It just feels right.
Yeah.
You know,
it's like, okay, leave Cypher on B by himself, take all 4 players to A, and Cypher usually just holds long enough for the rest of the team to come by.
Yeah.
One-man army it.
I feel like the mystery man from Morocco just feels at home in my mind in this desert heat-looking sand place. Moving right into it. The Lynx.
Looks like
on a lax defense, but speaking of relaxed, we had a quick little pause there.
Oh, yep. Pause 2 seconds here. Got to give some anticipation, you know.
It's really, you know, it's all about the energy inside the stadium, and it wouldn't be there without the anticipation of someone's mouse breaking.
Yeah, you know, just this is the hazards of it, you know.
Yeah, it has to be.
It looks like we're already back in. We got Zushi taking an aggressive angle.
Aggressive indeed, enough to put him down to 8 health. But wow, at least he fired off a shot, I guess. And it's so down on the Barracuda side. Milk, Ellie, and Milk again taking some kills before Fengzi even gets a reply.
But Fengzi replies indeed.
Indeed.
I'm too far.
Coming in strong and moving quite along, but he is surrounded and doesn't even know it. Takes a few headshots and goes up to his 3K before going down to Milky's.
What a round. Literally nothing happened for a second, and then just everything happened.
Wow, talk about anticipation. It all fell down. Yeah, I felt like I was playing Jenga.
Yeah, 3 people go down there, and then Fengzi's like, hold on, let me even this up a little bit.
They're like, oh, wait.
The paint shells right there was yeah, it's like they managed to take down the Rays, but the Rays managed to leave a little surprise behind.
Yep. The old martyrdom.
Yeah, we're back in Call of Duty here.
Yep. We need, put achievements into Valorant, please.
Okay, it looks like the Barracuda is looking for kind of a spread out comp here. I think that. If you're playing pistols second round, you either 5-man it or you spread everyone out. And it looks like they're opting for the spread out comp.
Yeah, and Lynx are going to be playing nice and tight, which is interesting because I like seeing it way far back for a good anti-eco, you know? Really abuse the fact that you have something that outlasts them.
Yeah. Looks like we have some sort of pause here again. Looks like, you know, someone's mouse maybe again. You know, you got to get it just right.
And the thing is, I'd rather have all the micromanaging and all the complaints at the beginning of the round to really, like, get things up and exciting than after the round when it's like, oh, but I was lagging.
Yeah, you want it before half the games.
Yeah,
no one's
yeah.
like, hey, the only reason this happened was because of yada yada.
Yeah, at the danger of sounding like an old school boxing, you know, commentator, I just want to see a good, clean fight.
Looks like, oh, we got a bird coming through the teleporter there.
The sky is just so, I think, versatile on this map. And I thought Yoru was going to be incredible on this map. But hot take, it's a shame Yoru just isn't incredible.
Yeah, I know one of our production members would
It's true.
beg to differ on
It's
that
true.
one. But
Yep.
see some, when you see some pro Yoru gameplay here. Looks like they know Zushi's in there.
Yeah, and that's always an
Oh,
uncomfortable position.
Delete actually
Spike
brings
down
down
A.
Milksies.
Yeah, it's a good thing Milky's was in there with him because I think they were ready to take one person on, but Zushi was able to come through and fire away. So they've got one defender left on B side to kind of parole the grounds as Barracudas have not yet shown their face, but Ellie is going to make
Good
quick work
close
with that.
flash, and then, yep, not much Mini can do there except just right-click and pray.
There, it's very true.
One enemy
Oh,
remaining.
Whoa!
Hidden,
Spike
almost
down
got
A.
him there. Luckily, the Omen.
Yeah, and a
Yeah.
pop fly from Ellie, I think, as she kind of sprinted around the screen there. But she's doing excellent
Yeah,
work with Barracudas.
Delete getting that one pick was very nice, but yeah. Oh, yeah, brought him down to 21 HP there on that jump right click. And yeah, we were talking about earlier, but that's why the right click's so good. You almost one-shot someone with full armor.
Yeah.
You just got to make sure that
if all
your
three
luck's on your
connects.
side.
Yeah, the math is incredible. It's a good way to roll the dice.
It's like, oh, no, they're moving. Maybe they're just chilling in spawn for a tactical rotate. Delete pushing up. They do have their Vandals this time, so things might be a little different here.
Yeah, and what a spread here, too. It's a good thing that the Lynx are staying steady on that defensive side. It might come in contact here.
Zushi just waiting up here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oop, here it is coming to cash in.
they were just waiting. They're like, please don't see me, please don't see me.
An excellent TP right out of there. Action happening on both sides of the field. Where do we think Barracudas are going to go? Looks like Brim at number 6 is considering still just pushing right onto A, but they've got to be careful of Zushi. They saw him TP somewhere, but all that gives them is a radius.
Oh, if Delete looks at the right time.
Ooh, looks like they're ready for him though.
The fact that they even just stayed there and fired a couple bullets delayed that rotate.
It really did. And now they own the entire space. I mean, Zushi's underneath him, but he's not going to move out until he has that backup, and I appreciate that cooperation from the Lynx.
I think smart here for the Barracudas taking these long angles, really utilizing those rifles to their advantage. 2 people go down. The flashbang goes out. Nick actually picks up Delete, but Mini trades right back. Those KO flashes are really potent. Like once you get hit by those. Oh yeah, right here gets the first kill.
And just walks away. It's a good one.
Poor, I think it was Zushi. He peeked out there and it's literally just 3 of them down the hallway aiming at him. It's like, you know, some days it's just not on your side.
Yeah, that's a rough one. That's something you want to see when you have an operator in your hand.
Got another pause coming out here. Looks like, yeah, so some more technical issues coming out. But yeah, like you said, it's good to get these things out of the way early rather than like later on, like, you know, for it like 13-13 or something like that in overtime. It's like, technical
just making
issue.
it even more stressful. Definitely so. But we'll see as it goes on. I liked how you said they're using the advantage of the rifles, standing at the long angles. I think that's something we really need to like consider is what does an anti-eco really look like, and what does it mean to like have the gun advantage in just where you're standing before the walls even goes up, before the buy phase is out.
Yeah.
you know, you have to be changing kind of the pacing and the mindset of each round with where the econ is, which is something you say like, oh, obviously, but no, like the way you check an angle, whether you pre-fire or whether you like trace the angle is different depending on what weapon you're holding.
Like if it's the eco, you're expecting submachine guns, judges, shorties, and stuff like that. And you have rifles; they have that better damage fall off, and so it's just like, okay, let's not hold the close angles and let them push into us.
Yeah, always keep angle advantage. Always walk long angles, never run short angles. Whereas people with shorties are going to be wanting to run short angles and jump across hallways.
And, like you mentioned before, it's one of those things where it's like you're like, oh yeah, I have a rifle, but you also like I should be playing it to my advantage, but in practice you're just like thinking like, oh yeah, it does more damage, and that's about it.
Exactly. Good thing to don't think of all the guns as in a linear lineup where one is just objectively better than the other. You have to think about just the gun balance within the team. And also, where, you know, does it put you on the map? Because there's no reason to hold a shorty when you're at the back of B site. That's only ever good. You know, you may as well pull out your classic at that point.
Yeah. I feel like with the shorty, at least for me, as it's like, I always, if I do ever buy a shorty, then like they'll be at the other site, and it's like, well, now I have a shorty, and I got to run across this long hallway.
It is supporting to see the pro players, though, grab a shorty and sit in double doors on. Oh, my goodness. V-Spicy should have been punished for that one. Ellie, you gave him way too much space. Being real nice. Hopefully they can turn it around here. They've got a good defensive smoke up that really scares both of them off.
See, they'll be expecting you to just walk through there, but when you're spin jumping, they don't expect that.
You don't even know what they're doing. Ooh,
nice one tap there.
Yeah, redeems himself entirely with a quick fix to find the spike. Ooh. Wow.
No,
drops
picks
to
up
the
one.
Oh, that's rough.
Delete gets the double, though.
Yep, Delete doing well there, catching there too. Milky's got to push on to the point here. One of the last bastions. Ooh, providing
picks
well.
Up Mini.
2 ults left on the board. It's 2-2 on the, you know, player-wise and then 2 point-wise.
Dangerous here, pushing through U-Haul. Picks up one. Gets some good damage. They are. It looks like Delete is one shot here, and Nick is 2 shot.
Yeah, 1 shot to the head.
I've got your trail.
Oh, Seeker's coming out. I was going to ask, do you use an ult with a 2-2 or a 1-1 daring? They're going in for this point. Nick has the space advantage, but they cannot stand up. Oh, the pacing. They're really pushing it out. Can you even come back from this without a kill? Wow.
No,
Delete's only goal is to waste time. Don't peek until you hear the flare again. Oh, and Delete actually
gets it.
I was not ready for that. I'm going to be honest. I thought they were going to go down and lose by time, but Delete, so strong, and even moves out of the blast range. Well played.
Yeah, I wonder if it was called out that they were that low of HP. Because I feel like at that point, you could just pull out your classic and just right-click.
Not a bad call. And you know everybody else, when they are just aggressively crunching the numbers, trying to figure out what exactly HP they're at.
It's one of those situations, though, that especially in the 1v1 with the spike down, it's very stressful.
Oh my goodness. Like, yeah, it's all off fast twitch. It's muscle memory at that point.
Yeah, looks like we got an eco round coming out on the side of the Lynx here.
Nick with a quick peek. Yeah, nice little jump peek. Gets a lot of info
for that.
Looks like Lynx are going to rotate right around for it, and I like Nick backing up, letting them walk in. He's going to slow it down, but not push him off. They're coming on strong, though, and we see a little bit of a back rotate here, maybe looking for some health, as they got a little bit of an attack coming from Hookah, because they already own all of Hookah.
I think this is where the call comes out. A lot of util has been burned. You could most likely say they're going to this site.
Yep. But if your last player's like holding on to an op or something, you may as well leave him for safety reasons. But this is it's a long stretch now, because now he's got to take the space alone with an op. Well, a marshal, but you know, the distance player.
There's the classic coming out for those just quick peeks.
The jump classic.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of quick peeks, this marshal game is rough.
Oh no.
He's just trying to find outros, just to keep himself safe. Yeah. He's thinking about staying here less and less with every minute.
There's no reason for him to save, though, is the thing. So.
Yeah.
Oh, he does get the headshot.
Catches a good one. Feeling confident, starts to move right up the train for another one.
Oh, they actually pick up 2 on a save round.
That's good. Yeah, that was a fast little trade there. Atlas finds his third, is right as Hidden goes down. So,
yeah, some good economy damage there. Makes it so they don't get nothing out of it other than burning a few pieces of armor.
Yeah, speaking of burning some economy, I would love to see the ult economy shift a little bit here, as the Barracudas are only holding on to 1 ult, but it's one of my favorites, and the Lynx have a good few. There it is. I'm going to see the Tour de Force come out. Looks like we got the, you know, all the long-range muscles warmed up with that little skirmish on the
Yeah, with the Marshall.
on the Marshall.
They were just practicing for this round.
Yeah, this is where it really comes out. Ooh, like that. That's a good one from
Gets
Zushi.
one.
Feeling good. Might move right up for a better angle. Grabs the second, and that spike down. Tensions are high. People are dropping up both sides though, and it's a 2-2. And
Yeah, Showstopper came out as well, picking up one. Fengzi goes down to Zushi, showing him he is the chamber now.
Last player standing.
Delete though.
you can't walk short angles. You don't have the angle advantage. They see your shoulder ahead of
Delete.
time.
Oh man, Delete has just been clutching these
They
rounds.
have. They've really been the clutch master. Just staying chilly. Excellently played. I think Zushi had the potential to really win it there. They were just not in the position to be making, you know.
Yeah, you gotta just remember that, you know, there's 2 of you to 1, and so you
true.
gotta press that advantage. You give them 2 1v1s, it's
Yep.
a lot more possible than if you both peak at the same
It's true.
time.
It's true. Or even if he knew that person was there and could have backed up, gone back to heaven, you know, hid out in his safe space, let the other guy go in for it.
Yeah. Knowing where the spike is, too, is a big part of that.
It's true. It really does change the win. Oh, wow. What a beautiful
Wrong
bait
time.
and switch.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's always that way. You never think they're going to walk up on utility when the utility is the scout. But it's really there just to confuse sometimes. Delete doing all the wall bank checks. I love it being very procedural with the take here. Looks like they're going to start taking
Waiting
some
for
space,
the
but
flash
it's high
drive.
contended.
Oh,
and
Nick with the double. Was that a collat?
it's got to be. That was too fast.
Nick double collat with the Sheriff. Unfortunately,
find
goes
another.
down after, but,
Unfortunately.
you know, like,
One enemy
just
remaining.
getting that turned that around.
These
That was a
quick
save
1v1s.
round.
Wait, just the way the names just like take on one side, lost on the other. I feel like I'm crocheting. It's
Yeah.
so
Look,
fast.
okay, they pushed through. Yeah, that was simultaneous. They got
Yep.
the double headshot with the Sheriff.
What a fast round. We've had some fast rounds today. It's been a lot of aggression.
Yeah, it's a lot of like, with the Barracudas and the Lynx, I feel like they're a little more methodical, but then when it is time to execute, they go in.
It's kind of, I think, I almost want to say it's an in for a penny, in for a pound mentality. It's like once you've taken a little bit of the site, it's hard to give it back up for the long run.
Yeah, especially you burnt utility for it.
Oh,
It's a lot
yeah.
more like, well, I already spent this on
Yeah, and
this
then it's
site.
the pacing. Once you've given up info utility. Oh, a good concuss, but it's hard to play off of that. It's really just to scare Nick out from underneath. Wow, the lineup was good
no,
for
Nick,
that.
Nick, no fear. Just,
Wow.
I'm going right back there. They're not going to expect me to stay in that
You
spot.
should run.
Good. Yeah, that was almost like
Oh,
a
Killjoy coming out here.
I like to see it. And it's a nice position too.
Nick's actually staying there. They're going to, you know, that's probably the best way to counter Killjoy is to just stay in it.
It's dangerous.
You most likely will
enemy
die,
remaining.
but they'll be pushing
Spike
in and they
down
won't be
B.
expecting you there. You can if
Right.
you pick up
it's a
2.
It's a preventative counter.
Yes.
You're kind of yeah.
You're going to go down for it, but you're like, okay, they're not going to expect it. I might be able to trade 2 for 1 or something
Because
like
a
that.
lot of times they walk in too fast on the KJ ult. They try to stretch the timer. They assume you've already walked off. And sometimes it happens in the smokes. And that's an embarrassing one. When you like
Oh,
send the smoke,
yes.
but it's still forming and you like prance right across and get shot.
They see you right as it
Yo,
appears.
that's a rough one.
Especially
You
with like Omen smoke, so
Yeah.
they take that extra second.
Yeah, and pros can even just play it off the timing. Just as the smoke goes down, just like wait a second and then shoot for it. It's worth the one shot. They can't trace it backwards.
Yeah.
Especially when their goal is to walk across. You've got to have the timing right, and I can see how you could, push that all the way to saying sit inside the KJ ult if you know your chances are slim to begin with. There's a good chance they walk right into you.
Yeah. At the very least, you give them a little wild goose chase while they look for where you are.
It's a good one, yeah. Yeah, as you feel like you've been downed in Fortnite duos, just trying to crawl back to some kind of safe place.
Okay, these sheriffs, like, it's like, oh, they have sheriffs, but we've seen them put in the work with them.
Definitely so, and the Headhunter, I feel like, has made us all appreciate Sheriffs just a little bit more, too. Yeah. Ooh, including that one. A shot to the knee is going to put him out of commission. Sends him back a little bit. Delete goes in, chasing with the dog.
The dog? Oh, no,
the
they're
dog
gonna,
got caught in a
yeah.
50-50. He couldn't commit too far to one side.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you know how much damage dog does?
I don't.
Because I think they were in range for that to just take them out.
Oh, no. That's a rough one. And the thing about a 50-50 is if you thoroughly check one side, you know they're on the other side. Looks like our info desk is telling us it is 30 damage.
Okay, it looks like, oh, they're just going to stick the defuse here. Oh, and they
Strong.
get it.
Enemy remaining.
You know, they just had the trust in their
Last player
teammates. They're like,
standing.
oh, Fangsy does pick up one more, but Melk's just going to spray through the wall and take him
Wow.
right back.
I love the post-round fighting.
Yeah, but we've seen a lot of that
Yeah.
between these games where
And
it's
I
like,
think that's more of the in for a penny, in for a pound mentality. Like, they're there to finish out every round. And if you start
oh,
taking...
poor KO
Oh,
there.
no, not seeing it again and again.
They're like, okay, we got him. We're
Yeah.
good. And then just falls down.
Oh,
Melk had to
retreat.
avenge them.
To just slide in the sand.
Looks like Operator coming out by Chamber.
And a strong push on the A. Wow, speaking of strong pushes, a lot of info went out with that one. I think that was in range to see all three. So once you see 3 people, it's hard to think that it's anything less than a split or a full 5 push. So
Ooh, Hidden was like an inch from getting taken out there.
teleport just came out. Wow, it's a shot to the ankle at best. Trying to take care of that TP, and they sure do. Goodness, that lineup, Fangsy did excellently with that. The spray control just so well. Crosshair was not even on the person. Ellie taking 2 before going down to delete. A little Sky versus Sky game, bringing us to a 2v2.
Looks like the Jellyfish will be coming out here.
Yeah, that one got a little bit stuck, and now Zushi's in a nice angle to take this one real quick. He's got the angle advantages. No,
Looks
it looks like Minnie
like,
doesn't want to walk around. Great position for delete.
Oh.
Takes a rough one
Spike
Yeah.
down A.
on to delete.
Yikes.
It is only one KJ left. Has the ult, but man, do you really use
I
it
think
here?
the call was made that Spike went down.
Yeah. Oh, that's a rough one, and good hold by Zushi. Not to watch the player, not to watch the angle, but to watch the spike.
Yeah, there's only one place they can go if
It's
they want to take that round. Looks like, yeah, that teleport was a little aggressive,
It was.
and Fangsy was ready for it.
That's
Yeah,
a
if
good
it was
spot.
quiet, I would hear going for that, but that's just a dangerous jump to make. They've kind of got you pinned up there as the noise goes off.
Yeah, looks like another eco round on the side of the Barracudas here.
In which case, they're going for high energy and together, you think? We talked
You
about
want
this.
to play?
Or
Let's
this could be
play.
big.
methodical and spread apart. Wow, almost
Oh.
collateral. A shot
Gets
and a
the
miss.
no,
No,
they did hit them in the
You're
knee.
right, they did, and it's an aggressive reply as the tour de force is
Well,
coming
you've
up.
seen,
A little op-on-op action here, so to speak. Atlas with all of the jump cues, just looking for some info. Speaking of looking for info, it looks like Sky is going to be sending out a lot of animals into Garden there, so it's hard for that tour de force to push up onto B. It's hard to just take a site with a tour de force.
Milky's playing patient here. Doesn't want to push too far into the shower area.
Those 25 seconds are back on the list as the smoke goes down.
Yeah, it
Atlas
looks like
doesn't want to play into it.
Chamber did get healed up by their Sage, which is, I think, a good play there. You don't want to leave that op on, especially since the op is their win condition for this round.
Yes. Yep.
Placing
Holy
alarm bot.
Sky.
Gonna get some info there.
Ooh, a good blind there. Zushi kind of got. Oh, I was going to say put off to that kill, but he comes right around for it. Sees the head, not quite going to find the
30
next one.
seconds left.
Decides to kind of teeter over, try to catch Atlas off guard.
Knows
Might
where he
happen. There
is.
it is. Ready to
Spike
pivot back
down
and find
B.
that other
Oh.
kill.
One
Maybe even goes
enemy
aggro,
remaining.
knows someone else covers him. Mini now coming in, just trying to find that spike, and I feel like we've been in this position too many times. The rotation's coming out, just trying to get away.
Mini does bring down
10 seconds
Melky's
left.
here. Gets a rifle and is
Uh-huh.
just gonna, be
Just
like,
camp out.
my rifle now. They did have light armor, so they'll probably upgrade that, but it's at least something for their econ.
Yeah,
Get one pick and take the rifle.
yeah.
Last round before the switch.
Last round here. They got 3 ults on the side of the Lynx, 2 on the Barracudas. All these need to come out or there's or they're going away, so gonna see probably a very explosive round, especially with that Raze ult.
I sure hope so, but I would. There we go.
Yeah,
I was
there's
gonna
the
say
tour
I
de
would pop
force.
the tour de force immediately. It's part of your buyout. Then I'd love to see that KO used to kind of stop the push. Wow, what a read! It is a 5v4 right here, so there's only one person checking the B long, and as soon as they find it, they're going to go for this TP. But that's a rough TP.
Oh, they just went
considering
through.
The Tour Force is right there, takes him out.
Things he didn't even.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Sushi
Sushi through the
ridiculous
smoke.
with this one.
Oh,
kind of
almost
has
a 4K.
Yeah, has to put himself on the block for the 3K. I'd say worth it because it brings him to a 2-2. And
Yep, the jelly's coming out.
oh, but they're just squashed immediately. It does give him more info about their standing though, so the bird gets some good utility. Now Nick's gonna move smooth onto the site, takes one, lined up for the second, but goes down. It's just a knock though, but Mini finds it
clutches it
with
out.
their 3.
My genius doesn't
And
stop in the
that
lab.
makes us a lot nicer half for
Switching
the Barracudas. You know,
Definitely
7-5 feels a lot better than 8-4.
Yeah, it really does.
Oh, yeah, those were some nice op shots.
Oh yeah, Zushi is just satisfying with Tour de Force. It's nice to see.
Yeah, the Tour de Force just, like, even though it is an op, just that faster fire rate and everything, it feels like just a whole different beast.
Sometimes I think it looks better too.
Oh yeah, it's a very clean looking.
It's nice and smooth. It's an interesting thing.
Looks like getting some high ground advantage here. Just gonna chill out up here and see what they can see. It looks like it will be an A push. We got all 5 members. Looks like it's gonna be an A split. Delete though, dropping Zushi.
Ooh, yeah, Delete playing
Yeah,
aggro on that. Even made it to the other side of Bath before taking one out.
It's gonna take that out. Delete very low though.
Yeah, it's a rough position to be in, but especially as this guy, it kind of hurts, you know?
Yeah, the only one who you can't heal.
Yeah, we got to put some mirrors up here.
Fangsy moving up here. Oh, they just jumped right through teleport. That was a very bold play.
Yeah, interesting to just loop that corner right there.
Omen is still in the smoke.
Now D is like, do I follow through?
Gets the collapse.
So good, and that's why they didn't want to. What a deterrent.
Oh, I don't know
just
if
shutting
they
down
could've-
and now holding from a brand new angle. Oh, that was gorgeous. I'd love to see this, you know, for them to take the round at this point.
Yeah, after that, both members of the Barracudas are low. So this Ghost is pretty lethal at this range.
Yep.
Oh, Atlas
Ooh.
actually wins out with the Frenzy, though.
Yeah, I think it's because Milk was multitasking the angles. They had a beautiful setup with a great angle advantage onto that other player. And when the other player decided to walk the short angle, they could have had it.
Oh.
But they fretted out and ran into Frenzy.
Nick manages to take down Atlas there, but Atlas with that Frenzy was kind of crazy.
That was intense. You have to tap fire that so well.
Yeah, those are some long angles that we were seeing those Frenzy. Oh, there's that. Yeah, they just waited in the smoke. They heard both the TPs, and then just the patience there was...
Wow, just meticulously played.
I think that play just pretty much brought that round out. Looks like timeout coming out on the side of the Barracudas here, which I think a very well-timed timeout here. They're still early on in the half, so it's kind of just like, we're probably going to lose this next round, but what can we do better once we get those rifles and see how the Lynx are playing and what we can do to counter it?
Yeah, definitely. Get a good feel for things. Try to, you know, take care of any momentum before it happens and not afterward.
Yeah, they're very much a preemptive timeout here.
Yeah, which is good to have. Like, it's in your pocket. You may as well use those timeouts, if not just to, you know, have a little bit of a cooldown. Be, you know, really preemptive about your situation.
Yeah, even to just let things settle down. Like, you can tell, like, the Lynx are picking up this momentum. It's like, okay, let's
it's true.
let's let ourselves, like, kind of mentally prepare and kind of make them a little not riding those last rounds as much.
Right. Especially moving from attack defense and the other way. It's a big shift, especially when we were talking about earlier. If a team is much more comfortable on one side than the other, it's nice to kind of get either in or out of the zone and, you know, remember that this is kind of a different game now.
Kick them out.
Yeah. Looks like a lot of Spectres here. Not really seeing anything out of the ordinary here. No judges, no marshals.
Out of charges.
Looks like it is just going to be a 5-man, though, right onto B site.
Right through B long, which has been punishing earlier in the game, so I'm surprised they kind of went for that, but I like it. A good attack smoke coming out here. Some defensive smokes to make sure that one happens.
yeah.
Wow, Zushi with a hard push over the
Mini
top.
does actually pick up one,
They
though.
do, yeah. Zushi was just there to provide the pressure, or be there if they look the wrong way. Some great kills here coming from the
We do have a
side.
shorty out here.
Ooh, and hidden, staying true to their name, coming around the back. Kind of let a lot of info out with the, a rye
Easy
paint
pushing
shells,
out.
but oh, that shorty. Well
They
done
can't
for its
find
two
the
shots.
Spectre.
Not quite there.
They could not find that Spectre on the ground. Very unfortunate.
Zushi finding their 2 to close out this round, bringing it to a 9-5.
They do have rifles now, though, so we're gonna start seeing a little bit more of a round here coming out. It looks like Lynxes are going for their bonus, not gonna go and upgrade and take that little bit extra risk here.
Yeah.
Got a sheriff coming out. As this round comes out, it looks like 5-man again. Just all 5 members just ready for a push. They don't even take someone's showers or have a lurk or anything. They're just gonna go and mouse forward or mouse M1.
Yeah, M1 WK. And I like that energy sometimes, and it's good to switch the energy up, especially deep into the game. It's not what a lot of people expect, but it could just be the way that the Lynx like to roll on attack, and we could see a lot more of it. So now I'm thinking,
got
we
a
going to see
judge in
Barracudas
there.
accommodate. Ooh, and the judge is paying off.
I'm surprised they just blind pushed that, though, because they knew they had the judge there.
And decided to go in.
And they, decided to go in without any flashbangs or any of that.
And Zushi just playing with the arsenal here, picks up the judge and takes a kill, and then puts the judge back down to move the Spectre to get a more distance kill. It's like he reads the future. I think Zushi's doing excellently.
Yeah, it looks like they are going to just get out of dodge here.
Oh.
20
Yeah.
HP. Any of those bullets just had to nick them.
Milk is really trying this one again. I don't think it's looking good. Gonna go off for a good smoke there just to kind of slow things down. Let number 5 Zushi get around into a better position.
Zushi does have Tour de Force, but most likely not the weapon they need right now.
No, and at that health, it's hard to pull that out. Good to see that smoke be re-up.
Ooh,
Milk was ready.
Milk actually does
Player
get one,
standing.
though, bringing
Sure
it to
does.
a 1v1 situation.
Good one now, Zushi. In this defuse situation, who peeks? Who waits the timer? Where are they?
Yep,
Oh,
they got
what a
the
great
info.
peek.
Both people know where they are,
died.
but time is
Yeah.
not on their side.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Just the ego peek, just letting happen.
and then
The-
gets the kill, though.
The
Got
off angle was
style.
so good. Yeah, what a flick to take care of that off angle change. Zushi coming in there 4K before a little bit of a self-loss. Going to a 10-5 now. A full reset on guns for both sides. And we're still seeing people hidden pick full shields and the judge instead of a ghost and a light shield. Atlas is really saving their credits here. Looks like we could deal with a little bit more communication on where we're at with credits.
Yeah,
That's a good
the
spot.
economy has been struggling a little bit here.
Tell me about it.
Got looks like they're just committing to another 5-man push. They've
If it works.
yeah, they've been just committing to them, and they've been working out. So there's not really a reason to.
Ooh, Fangs could come with a cheeky one right here, though. I don't know if they heard the TV
Oh,
sound or
they-
not. Looks like they sure did.
Yeah.
Nick with a very aggressive suppress there onto hidden.
Just to confirm that they
Or not
are in
in
there. Ooh,
Yeah.
gets hit by that. Oh, but
Spike
the
out in
fact
time.
that Mini was there. Oh, and Fangsy opens the door and gets another one.
You're right, though. Like we were talking earlier, if you stay quiet, the fact that the other person is there
Yeah, they
sets the 50-50 in your favor. Yeah.
they checked right before they checked left there. So it gave them just enough time.
Yeah.
Omen Blind coming out.
Yeah, just trying to take care of the lead here. Jellyfish do
Skyle-
go out against him.
Coming out.
Oh, he's so lined up. He doesn't know where. Elite can't quite peek out.
Yeah, they just kind of, keep that door propped open. But
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and why not? If they're busy worrying about you, if you can keep them on their toes just with little juggle peeks, they'll never plant. That's all you need.
30 seconds
Yeah, the
left.
fact that they're even just there is enough to.
It is. It is.
Look at this. They're both aiming at it because
Oh.
of that.
He's just drinking the time. Delete is doing exceptional here. Oh, dashes across. And then pulls out the utility. He's playing so bold, but makes away with it.
no.
Almost. Oh,
Oh,
and it's a thrifty win.
yeah. Even though they didn't get any of those kills there,
Yep.
they were the MVP of that round.
Yeah, that was a fun one. Well, they spent the entire clock there.
They had both of them just staring at that door. And as Sky, you can't, like, unlike the chamber, you can't leave there. So
Right,
they know
right.
that they're still in there. So yeah, if you're chamber, you could have just left, and they'd still just be staring at that door.
Yeah.
Looks like, yeah, we got a full buy coming out. Hidden going with the judge again, though. It's been paying
You
off
want
for
to
them.
play? Let's play.
Another 5-man commit here.
Yeah, it seems like, you know, there's a lot of, we talked about this higher energy as you're coming close to the end of the match. Lynx are looking to finish it off strong. Just run through the finish line here. Nick getting a good heal up as he goes back into the fray. You see the tour de forces out as we're coming up on those double digits, and Lynx are getting into the mindset of finishing off the game. We're just trying to use those utility, or use those ultimates almost on cooldown.
Ooh.
Hidden with a good one, just barely on Nick before Nick replies and takes Hidden through
That's the
utility.
second time we've
That's
had a
good one.
grenade trade.
Yeah, the grenade trade. I like it.
But Sick and Cuss off with the dog. Delete picks up one.
Just looking at a 2-2 here now. The tour de force is
Oh.
on the table, and it's in Zushi's hand. Mini Bold decides to play the defender Killjoy. They see that radius.
Yeah,
They
and that's
going
going
to
to cause a rotate. They hear
Walk
one.
right off. Oh, he stays.
Zushi's going to get caught by this.
It's not a rotate. It was an audible.
Oh.
He's able to put it down.
Wow.
They walk back onto the site, and they push
30
the
seconds
defenders
left.
off.
That was very bold by Zushi.
But it paid right off. He played it well.
Okay, they are committing to the plant here, actually.
It's good that Delete
Spike
is just got
planted.
him in their hands. He's got him back right off.
Last
It does
player
take it out.
standing.
Delete, unfortunately,
Oh,
goes down.
1v1.
Takes one in the back. Yeah.
Zushi, unfortunately misses the last. That was the
Yeah.
last shot of the tour de force.
But any chance Delete has at him is only every time Zushi misses. It looks like he's decided to switch guns
I
back
think,
down.
oh, just looks at the wrong angle.
He was expecting a heaven hold, which is understandable with the gun, but you can't see the truck from there, so I don't think it would have happened. And that's what I was guessing just by, you know.
I think
what little
maybe
I saw.
they were thinking they were flanking around 2 truck.
Oh, to the back of truck. I like that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's where the crosshair was.
Unfortunate. It was just a 50-50 at that point.
Kind of
though.
is. And he didn't know that, you know, he had switched guns back down. Or I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It is a 50-50. Now an 11-6.
Zushi does do a very good job, though, of delaying these plants and knowing when to peek and when not to peek.
No, timing is good.
Ooh.
Interesting. Right off the bat. Could be good, especially when we see a very 5-stack pattern coming from that. I appreciate
Oh, they
that.
almost got Ellie here.
Oh,
and
actually
they do get
got
Ellie.
Ellie. Hitting, doing well, able to bring that utility at least to a kill.
They're doing a good job of taking ground here. Oh, Milk goes down as well. That is getting some rifles in their hands
Yeah,
here.
just a little skin switch out.
Oh, not going for the
No,
ult
I guess
point.
not. Well, when you're 2 out of like 8, it's better to give it to
Yeah.
your healer. Makes sense.
Zushi, they do have a KO if they do want to commit to a push. And actually, they just got Razel as well. Gonna commit the KO to this push. Gets the trade here. They are going for the revive. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
30
And actually
seconds
stand on that revive. Maybe even going to take it in if Atlas is not quite quick enough. There
No,
he is.
They
A good
get the
paint shells
revive,
here.
but unfortunately, Nick goes down again. Oh,
Player
Zushi.
standing.
Just not the right spot.
Isn't that always upsetting going down right after the res?
The fact that you even see a KO get res.
Enemy
Yeah,
remaining.
yeah, that's impressive. Oh, especially when he was being shot at. No, it was a good play there. Delete with 2 assists. Finally finds one on the Milkies. Push it over.
Barracuda is
going
going to take this
Yeah,
round.
they're looking for a nice long comeback here.
Yeah, Delete has just been like the core of the Barracudas right now. Well, playing on this, the Sky gives them a lot of like agency to kind of make the plays for their team. They get that information, they get the blinds, and they're also just kind of out or really good on the fragging right now.
No, his Yeah, the fragging indeed, which you wouldn't expect from such a Sentinel, but he kind of is aggressive.
Oh, we got Fengsy in this top angle here. Looking for the pixel peek here. Hidden and got the judge again. Kind of playing a different position. Unfortunately, the dog will spot them out. Fengsy picks up one though.
Spike down A.
Milk and Melksy for yeah, Atlas and Delete taking trading up though, and Delete just bringing everyone down here.
Yeah, Delete has been doing excellent. Fengsy and Delete both have been doing. Ooh,
Stepped a little too far forward there.
Delete and Fengsy both got more than 30 kills last week, so they're definitely not to be counted out either.
Yeah, both those players have just been insane when it comes to fragging, or not just fragging, but utility and stuff as well. It all comes together.
Yeah, respecting their entire kit, which is what we see a lot with Zushi here, this headhunter,
30
and definitely
seconds
using the teleporter in cheeky ways too. Mini standing ground against him.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough take.
Yeah,
they do have the Brimble on top of everything.
Far from his home here looking for that spike.
They know where both of them are.
Ooh, stepped out just a little bit further. I think in ego for that last kill, because then you're multitasking angles and looking down your last two opponents. I'm surprised they didn't two-peek him there and just take him out.
Yeah, unfortunately those paint shells managed to get the hidden in that corner. Good use of utility there, though. Looks like the Lynx are actually going to take a timeout here.
Which is nice.
Yeah, Barracudas have been getting this momentum, and so they're probably asking themselves, what can we do to counter this? What are the Barracudas doing that is so effective right now? And they do have the economy now. They picked a good time for the timeout. Yeah. Because I believe they should have their buy round here. So now they kind of can come up with a better plan on what they can do on even footing.
Yeah, even footing is a good way to say it. They've, just naturally by way of the game have gotten to a nice plateau here, and they're ready to push it all the way out to the end because they're so close and they were trying to push so hard. But yeah, you can't just look at the scoreboard for comfortability and momentum. It's how many rounds have they been losing out of the last like 5 or 6 rounds. And it has been rough. They're really on a comeback streak, the Barracudas are here.
I think because, yeah, we saw for a little bit they were just doing these big 5-man pushes. And that worked for a bit. But that was also, I forget what you called it, but like the first couple rounds are like a complete different game.
Yeah, like the first phase of the round. Yeah, and you can't let that last forever.
It's like it worked at those stages of the game with the Spectres versus the handguns and stuff like that. But now we're at where they're both buying rifles and have all their utility, and you got to play a little bit differently and respect the opponents a little bit more.
Yeah, everybody's like deep into it, emotionally attached to the win here, very warmed up, familiar again with the keybinds of all their utility. Like, there's no more excuses, and you can't make any more mistakes.
Got the bird just waiting out.
Yeah. You got to be poised and ready with that bird. Every Sky player knows.
There's the blind coming out, clearing Hookah.
Good calls. Zushi doing well to clear his spaces, too.
Got the KJ turret. Oh, Delete picking up a double here, actually. Looks like they got both of them lined up and down long. Alice getting the other two. And then now it's all up to Zushi here to see what they can do to their economy, essentially, at this point. Like, you're not really looking for the win. You're just like, how much damage can I deal?
Yeah, they're real close to the spike, though, here, and there's not a lot of eyes on it. But, man, pushing in this far, I wouldn't. And now they're multitasking angles. They've got utility at their feet. Oh, it's a rough one.
So she did pick up hitting, but Delete's going to just blind them and then take the trade.
Yeah, I would have called it an in-and-out operation there if the spike is sitting, untouched. But maybe he thought they rotated off, assuming that he would grab it without checking and go to A. I don't know how big brain we're talking here, but I think he definitely tried his best.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those situations where, like, even if you did grab it and go to the other side, there's probably at least 2 members still there.
Yeah, and we knew the one was hot on his tail there as he was coming through the teleporter. So if nothing else, he could have gotten shot in the back just trying to get back to the site.
Zushi bringing out the tour de force here right away. Gonna see, we know how scary they are with this tour de force, so we're gonna see how much damage they can deal with it.
Yeah.
Looks like Brimstone ult which is very good for delaying these plants out. So we'll have to see if the Lynx take that into account when they start planting, if they're going to tap the bomb and then move away.
Yeah, such a game right there at the end. Speaking of end game, we are at 11-9. More ultimates back on the board.
Yeah, looks like it's an eco round other than that. Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
Okay, they get out, but at the cost of their positioning.
Yeah, which sometimes isn't getting out. Hayden taking on a Nick, pushing us to a 4v3, but that 3 is so low in health.
Oh, Sushi picks one, though.
Does take another one. Well done. Comfortable in his hands. That
I've got your tray. Round one.
Ooh, burning the jellyfish here. I don't know if that's the play here.
Sometimes you just panic.
Like, it got them out, sure, but... Oh, we're burning Showstopper as well. Actually, Melky's
30
gets
seconds
hidden
left.
all the way back with a Sheriff. This is a very winnable round now.
Our spike carrier's
Ellie
down.
just... Oh,
Spike down.
no one
A.
can get this plant down, though. Atlas has just been using their utility perfectly. Even,
10 seconds left.
Zushi has the chance here for a really good one. They're not watching his way. Oh, they made the pivot.
oh no,
Player
just can't get it. The
It's a
pressure
bad
got to
2v1.
them.
Enemy remaining.
Ellie gets a nice little outro there before going down, but the timer was not on their side anyways. Now we're looking at an 11-10. I don't want to say the O word, but it's getting close here.
Yeah, I believe that was 5 or 6 in a row. That ult there, it's like, oh, they're all in there? Well, don't mind if I do.
Yeah.
And everyone getting out, like, a few of them got out, but yeah, like, the Omen had to just teleport right into the middle of the open and just gets taken out right after.
Yeah, getting out into open space, you're not really getting out. You're just
Yeah,
delaying.
out of the frying pan into the
And
fire.
into the fire. I like it, yeah. Very applicable here.
Time to hunt.
So getting the dog out, clearing a lot of these angles. Actually, not finding anyone there.
No, which is always a little eerie. It's like, well, great. Okay, now I know that they're all just sniping. Right now,
Yeah,
I've got no
you're
chance
like-
to peek. Yeah. I
But-
was hoping I would find someone with a shotty in a comfortable corner where I could dog, but
Yeah.
no concuss going out.
Even if your dog dies right away, at least you're like, oh, someone was close by there. you know?
Right.
But when it's just like, I don't see anyone. But they're there.
Then you wonder if you just walked past or, if they scooted just out of
Milk
line.
and Nick get 2, but Atlas gonna trade right
Goes
back
down, yep.
in. Sushi going right to elbow here, getting that long angle.
Caution here. Caution
Can't pay
here.
too hard off just to look at the 4v3. Waiting for this angle to pay off. One gets past. And almost
Good
a second
concuss
just
here,
at the right time.
and blinded.
Ooh. That blind
Delete's
is
gonna
good.
trade
One
one for
enemy
one.
remaining.
Yep, and then Zushi follows it up onto Hidden. Looking at a 3v1 now. It's an uphill battle, but Atlas just coming in strong, goes for
yeah.
it anyways. One good gunshot to Ellie, but Ellie's too quick, and attackers take the 12th round. They're just looking for one more.
Yeah,
Match
that was very
point.
unfortunate for Atlas there. No, there wasn't really a good play there. They just went out and was like, okay, maybe I'll just start fragging out here. Barracudas, looks like they're forcing up. They have no choice but to. We're seeing Judges and Bulldogs and a couple Vandals. Yeah, 2 Bulldogs. Got Fangsy here, though, who, if anyone can do it, it'd be Fangsy.
Yeah, no, we've got some excellent players here curated into beautiful teams. This could be a real stretch. Looks like Lynx are pushing on strong, though. A tiny bit of a split just leaving one
Yeah.
person back. Maybe they could be.
Oh my goodness, all those smokes going down.
Yeah, and it's such a swarm. It's interesting looking at the minimap and being like, they're on top of each other. How could they not see each other? But the utility is really here. And when you consider that you want to make this, this round just a couple seconds long, it validates using all the utility at once.
Fangsy gets one, but oh, Zushi actually picks up 2.
Rolling onto his second, and he's on fire. He's ready for this next one. He knows they're there. He stands right in the face of the boombot to get the kill. Finally finds it. He's got the
Gets
chance to
one.
move another. There it
Yeah.
is. Excellently done, Lynx.
Such a well-fought game there. It was getting close, like you were saying. It looked like we were going to overtime.
Yeah, we can say it now. It's no longer as a curse. Well, what a beautiful game.
Yeah, crazy performance by everyone there.
Yeah, we had some excellent players. Talking about Potag is going to be difficult, but You guys want to be seen by expert college recruiters? Talk directly to esports industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, or game producers? Then join the club. Esports Tower players get insider access to industry insights, and with our featured rumbles, recruiters are taking notice too. It's a great way to score exposure if you're looking to start your path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship. All right, yeah, here's a real discussion tonight. We've got a couple names that we've thrown around. What are you considering?
Yeah, this is a hard one for me.
Yeah.
Like, there was a lot of good people. I want to say Atlas. I really loved that they were a good fragger, but they also were using their utility to the maximum there.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of their kills, they were burning people out with the molly, getting them in bad positions, the good ults.
Yeah, and I think Mini and Hidden had some real cheeky times that they came way out and did excellent, but I almost just want to give it to Zushi for just all-out consistency.
Oh, yeah, Zushi, anytime they had the op or the tour de force, you knew something was going down.
Oh, yeah, they were taking people home and going to the bank.
It's like, how many do they bring down with them? It wasn't a question of if they're going to get anyone, how many.
Yeah, they found their one pretty consistently, but like we said as well, Fangzy and Delete have been doing excellent for quite a while now and definitely showed their true colors here, so I'd love to see what production pulled out for us.
Is it going to be Fangzy?
Looks like it is
Zushi.
going to be Zushi.
Yep.
And some
Look at this.
just tricky ones here.
Gets the double here.
Is this where they took the shorty? No.
No, this is
the most recent
last
one.
round. They managed to get Hidden as well here. Hidden had the judge, too, so they needed that one tap.
Yeah. Just the comfortability on the gun switch as well, right? It's not every time they have the tour de force. It's just the power the tour de force can leverage.
Yeah, just knowing that they have a tour de force is... Yeah, Zushi picks up one here. Gets another through the smoke. That was clean. Oh, yeah, and they just barely didn't get the fourth kill there.
But was a good one just to stand in the face of danger and go for it like that.
Yeah.
Catches one off guard with a judge. Gun switches again to get ready for this next one. That was one of my favorite plays. Just talk about versatility.
Yeah, just knowing when to upgrade and when not to.
And to be able to trace, the player back into the smoke while still accommodating for spray. Well, excellently played. The ICCU player of the game is brought to you guys by Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes a team more successful, just like Idaho Central's helping members achieve financial success. Zushi is your ICCU player of the game. All right, as we're looking up to close this match and go to our top 5, any big takeaways, any final stamps you want to put on the game here?
Oh, man. Just an amazing performance by everyone there. Like you mentioned, the player of the game, like there were so many good players there, and the matches were really close. Like we see just how even these teams are and how great these players have been as they've been competing here.
Yeah, definitely so. I mean, what a great round in our round 2 in our Esports Tower Summer Invitational here, with both games featuring some fantastic plays from all teams. The Vipers are looking like a strong early favorite as the only undefeated team. However, the competition has been so close so far, it's going to be hard to maintain that record going forward. Make sure to join us next week, next Monday at 6 p.m. EST for round 3 of ET Valorant Summer Invitational Series. We're going to close out and kick it out with the top 5 presented to you by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time with more than 10 jobs offering a $20K bonus and your degree of choice paid for. The Idaho Army National Guard is the best team out there. Thanks. Y'all have a good night. Always that way. You never think they're going to walk up on utility when the utility is the scout, but it's really there just to confuse sometimes. Delete doing all the wall pick checks. I love it being very procedural with the take here. Looks like they're going to start taking some space, but it's high contended.
Oh, Nick with the double. Was that a collab?
It's got to be. That was too fast.
That round was a little that round was Viper favored because they were saving, but so them getting the plant down wasn't the worst thing in the world.
No, definitely not.
Oh wow, very aggressive here. Kinetic and Prestige just wiping the floor.
Man, that's rough. And it's the one time I told the Scorpions, I don't feel like they've had a strong hit to it.
Yeah, looks like they are committing to another 5-man A push.
Love it.
Oh, okay, Arctic does go down again. Poor Arctic, both times dying while planting the spike.
It's a rough one. He's making the good, doing the good fight though. And here, it's like people are dropping up both sides though, and it's a 2-2.
Yeah, Showstopper came out as well, picking up one. Fangzy goes down to Zushi, showing him he is the chamber now. Delete though.
You can't walk short angles. You don't have the angle advantage. They see your shoulder ahead of time. Mirrors up here.
Fangsy moving up here. Oh, they just jumped right through teleport. That was a very bold play.
Yeah, interesting to just loop that corner right there.
Omen is still in the smoke.
Now D is like, do I follow through?
Gets the collapse.
So good, and that's why they didn't want to.